Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Overlord Lord of Nazarick video. Now we're gonna continue our series with the Treasury because we have the Treasury buff for 6 days. It's open for everybody to go and clear it out. And the pivotal point that you wanna reach with every single Treasury boss is stage 20 or level 20 because you will unlock 100% to guarantee you a drop in Prism relics. And this is what we wanna do, and we wanna go and farm everybody to their best ways. And we talked about the Devil Tree first, and now we're gonna talk about the Skeletal Dragon, another annoying boss which doesn't need a lot of mechanic. I'll be talking about what we need to play against him. This is a boss that he will gain buffs, attack buffs more and more, and you can't dispel them unless you inflict shock, bleed, or burn on him. And with every stack that you inflict on this boss, you remove one stack on him. The best unit to be played here is normal Cocytus, as we know he have a leader skill that will buff your entire team with every 75% every time they attack the boss. They will inflict bleed. Now this boss is absolutely huge and he's super annoying. We're gonna go and try to I will show you 20. I didn't do 21. I can, but I didn't do it just because I'm lazy, and I'll do 20. 20 is where you want to go and do it because you're going to get the 100% drop rate. And this is a best way to farm your defensive tanks or supports their relics. So you have Red Dragon set, which is great for PDL if you want to build PDL, or Icy Cocytus if you want to build them. It's really good on anybody, especially for PvE content. Now this set, it's wearable on anybody. This set is the warrior set, which you can wear on anybody on your lineup, which will give you defense. Also works on PDL, works on Albedo, Knight Albedo, and it will buff you with damage reduction at the start of the battle. So first hit you take reduced damage. Now of course we have the Sterling set, and this also will give you a buff on defense for your entire lineup. Absolutely great sets, defensive, and this one gives you HP, which is absolutely great. Now let's go and talk about the boss. Let's go into the fight and try to defeat him. Now this is the setup that I used to clear it, which is absolutely amazing. I'm using Mari just because of his C's will heal us and will give us turn meter, or will reduce the turn meter on the boss so we can deal more damages, and it's considered a debuff, but it does not work on the boss. It doesn't remove his stacks. We're playing PDL as always. I showed you PDL. We're playing him with the Red Dragon set, which is absolutely amazing for himself because it reduces the cooldown and will allow us to do the walls more and more, and it gives him HP. So the big wall is buffed by HP. His walls with his second skill is buffed by his defense, which is amazing. Now we're playing on Mari, of course, the best PvE set for him to farm, which is the Vert Mari set, so you can go and spam your second skill on the boss. We're playing Cocytus, normal Cocytus. Now normal Cocytus is super important. Now here I'm gonna remove this one and borrow the one from my aura because it's built to level 100, so we can deal more damages because it will give us also a little bit of counter rate so we can counter the boss. I built him on crit rate, although because he have a high base crit rate. Now if you have high crit rate on him and you build him with another set that gives him crit rate like Termination set, this will work. But this set, which is the Execution, it will allow you to deal 20% extra damages to targets that has debuffs, which will help us a lot. As you see, it's not the best sets that I had. I got a little bit of damage boost and speed, which is not what you want. Here we got the crit rate and crit damage. Here we got crit rate and crit damage, I think attack and crit rate. And here we got him crit rate and crit damage. This is what we want to go. And the enchants, I got him punch for punch. It gives him damage boost as well. So his crit rate is very well built. His awaken is not completely built. I built him on normal attacks. If I can go and replace them and give him something better, I would, but I don't have. The percentage in attack is most likely the one to be used, and here crit rate, so we don't have the crit rate as well. Maybe you can play crit damage if you don't have the crit rate. I kept the attacks because I built them from the start of the game, and I'm gonna keep them right now until I get better relics for him. So crit rate you want here, you want attack percentage and attack if possible, or EP maybe if you want some EP because he will inflict damages. If you check the boss, bleed, burn, and shock, damage increased by 75%. Now in Pistonia here, in this state, I used to play Renner set on her in the previous video because it buffs with defense and attack and gives her HP. And I will not be playing this one now. I'm gonna go and give Renner her set back. So Renner had the whatever set, so we're gonna take it back from Crush Lulu, and we're gonna give Crush from Pistonia and give Pistonia Crush Lulu set. Why Crush Lulu? Because Pistonia with Crush Lulu set will be able to cleanse us from everything. So we're playing Maxime set on Pistonia. So where's Crush Lulu? Here we go. She has the Maxim set. And what does the Maxim set do? Let me go and read it for you. It removes every time you do not do a damage. So if no damage is dealt from this character, there will be a 100% fixed chance to remove one random debuff from allies, which is absolutely huge. Plus, she's a cleanser. Plus, she's this set is built on ER, as you see here. So she will not take debuffs at all for herself, or almost not. And she has high EP on it as well, 50%. It means she's gonna go and hit the boss and inflict the attack down, and it will help us also survive. This is all what you need to do. Cocytus is great here. Another unit that you can play here on this lineup, which is Demiurge. You can play Albedo as well. Albedo does burn, Demiurge does burn. If you want Ego Aura, I highly recommend not to play Ego Aura, but Ego Aura works with her damages because she's high on crit rate and she inflicts shock. Now, PDL will help us as well because his shields and his attacks inflict shock as well, so we're gonna go and reduce that boss attack. Now, I'm still playing the defensive scroll and the HP scroll from the previous video. We're not gonna change it, we're gonna keep it. I played attack before here and I played the same HP scroll, and we're playing Ainz as a leader because he will do the damage AGJR. And of course, you wanna go and check out, yes, we have them. So we have this passive because it will deal more damages to warriors and the boss is warrior. This damage will deal extra damages from our mages, which is More, and this one will start with us with a little bit of extra energy, so we can do the burst bubble or the negative burst from Ainz. Let's go and check out how can we do with this lineup. Too much introduction. I'm trying for every single guide to give you as much details as possible so you get all the information. And this is the boss that we're attacking. Of course, we're gonna go and defeat. As you see, he's a warrior, so we're gonna start with negative burst. They have it on them, we don't care. We're gonna give the shields, and no, look at the shocks, no buffs on the boss anymore, or the boss will do an attack and he will get a buff. And now we're gonna go and use this one again on PDL. Why do we want to use it on PDL? And again, inflict shock on him for 2 rounds and bleed stacked up for 4 times before we even touched him. Why do we want to use it on PDL? To reduce the cooldown of his big shield. Now we're gonna go and attack, and hopefully we can kill the little babies. We didn't, but they will die from bleed anyway. And he did the AoE. This is the AoE that the boss does. And then after that, you're gonna take a look and wields and all enemies he will attack, and then a single attack on enemies as well, and he will be summoning all the way. So we want to delay the boss as much as possible, get PDL through whatever he want, attack down on the boss as well, and now we can use the single shield and hopefully we can clear this one with ease. And we're gonna go and hit the boss again, and with Mori we're gonna increase the damages, and he has 10 stacks of bleed. We removed all of his buffs. Every time this boss attacks, he will put a buff. Now the boss will attack us. I think he will attack us. We can do we don't have any kind of debuffs on ourselves right now, so I'm not gonna use the heal. I'm gonna attack him down, so he will not deal any damages to us. Another hit by him, and here we go, single target on PDL. The shield didn't get broken. He has a debuff on himself. We don't care, we can remove it with this one. He will do AoE next, so we're gonna put his shields up. And this is how we do it. The boss removed all of his skills. Again, he will not have buffs on this lineup. We don't care about anything. Attack down again, and we're gonna hit him. And next, we're gonna have our ultimate when he summons his minions. We're gonna hit him, shock, bleed, everything you can see. I'm saving the AoE from Mori because I'm waiting for the little minions. And now we can reduce the cooldown again on the ultimate of PDL. PDL 1 round, it means after this round he can use his shield back again, and we can do the damages, single target 1 more time, and then he's gonna do his AoE, and hopefully after this one he's gonna drop his minions. So we're gonna go attack down as well. Look at his buffs. So increase attack by 5%, can stack, enhance his skeletal dragon, foul breath, which is the ultimate. We don't care. Another shock, and bam, here it goes. So bleed, shock is what we want to do. Plus you can reduce the ER if you want with Cocytus. So if you don't want to do this all over, you can go with Cocytus and it decrease his ER. Not decrease it, but remove his ER completely. So this skill, the first skill, what does it do? Hitting have 70% basic chance to inflict ER down for 2 rounds. ER down, which is decrease the 45%. So he takes a lot of debuffs and it will be consistent. We're gonna do it, and ER down, as you see. So now we can inflict as much as possible. Single target, we don't care. We're gonna remove this anyway. So he have his AoE next, so he will do attack all enemies because the single target is off right now. So we're gonna do the shields again, and we're gonna start over. We removed by the shields the debuff on our our Cocytus, we're gonna do the AoE. Now, why my Cocytus works so well with PDL? Because I have also the buff of Shock or Thunder Surge on enchants, which will allow you to increase the damages taken to shock targets such as himself. Again, attack down, absolutely beautiful. And now we're gonna do the AoE and maybe kill everybody else beside him. We didn't, but hopefully we can do it later. Now he doesn't do any buffs anymore. We can go and absolutely destroy him. And with the shock, they take a little bit of damage. Let's delay the boss one more time. And we're gonna go and hit him with attack down. We have the shields already on PDL. We don't use her ultimate, we'll use it when we need to use it. So here we go. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna attack the boss again, and the boss will do some attacks, but it doesn't matter anymore. And we keep hitting the boss, we keep delaying him, we keep doing everything. So now I'm gonna give PDL the buff, so I reduce the cooldown since he does not have it, and now he has the cooldown reduced, and we're ready to go and do our shields back and back. So again, single target, remove the shield, we can put the shield back again and kill everything else. Now we can do the AR down on the boss, but he has 2 skills, so this one will remove 2 because it will give you 2 stacks of bleed. Absolutely beautiful. He will not summon the minions now, so we can use this, and he got the cooldown reduction anyway. We still didn't heal with Pistonia. Again, this is how good this run is with these lineup. So this lineup is absolutely amazing. X2, and we can absolutely defeat stage 21. I'm showing you 22 how it works. We can go and hit him again. Boom, seeds explode. Shock again. Explosion of the seed. Absolutely beautiful. Attack down on the boss one more time. The boss does not deal damage. Foul Breath will not hit us. As you see, we never used a single heal on this lineup, and we absolutely crushed this boss. This is how easy and simple it is. It might take you on stage 23 to 100 turns to defeat this boss. You only need to ramp up your damages. So I would highly recommend not playing the defensive scroll, but playing the offensive scroll, which is with attack. As you see, Mari did the most damages, then Cocytus did damage, and PDL did some damages because of his shocks as well. Absolutely beautiful. And now you can farm easy this one and get all of your defensive gears from this boss. Absolutely easy peasy. What I was talking about my Cocytus, why he works perfectly with shock teams on his relics. As you see, first of all, we got riddle with holes. It means increase the bleed. There's a 16% fixed chance to trigger the target bleed when we attack them immediately before their turn. So when the enemy takes their turn, they trigger bleed, but there's a chance that we're gonna hit them and we're gonna increase or do damages to themselves on the same turn. And we have Thunder Surge, which is if the target has shock, increase the damage taken by 10% or the crit damage taken by 20%. And we build him on crit rate. So he has crit rate and he has punch for punch. Here we go, punch for punch. It means he will crit, so he will deal crit damage. So it will increase the crit damage for me. Even though it's 175, it will go up by, how much did we see it? It will go up by 10%. So it's 185 now, not 175, which is absolutely massive. It's a great synergy to play these together on one lineup. And yeah, that was it basically for Skeletal Dragon. Easy peasy, do not complicate it, just use if you want. This is the best one. This is why we recommend it to get 1 copy of Cocytus. He works with 1 copy to do that because his captain leader is the one that you want to do. His captain skill is the one for you to go with, because it will allow everybody. While he's alive, there's a 75% chance of like 1 stack of bleed with the primary on the primary target for 2 rounds with every ally attack, and this is absolutely awesome. So you will be consistent with your bleeds, 10 stacks every time. You can play Albedo as well, Demiurge as we said, and you can play any other shock units. Narberal might work, but she deals a little damage. She doesn't deal the most damages. Ego Aura does not deal massive damages unless there's a lot of shock. Yeah, she will do that, but the more consistent one is Cocytus. So I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comment if it works for you, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.